Hey guys, it is Friday, September 5th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. Alright guys, we are in the new month of September, so let's jump right into it. It's been a pretty busy week. Alright, let's jump right into it. The free VST plugins for today are as follows. So first up here, we're going to be looking at BFD drums. Next up, this is from, I'm not sure the name of the developer. I think it's the BFD player, and I think the developer is called BFD drums. That's pretty much all they make. So we're going to be looking at the BFD player. Next up, we're going to be looking at Shreddage 3 Stratus Free from Impact Soundworks. And lastly, we'll be looking at Relief Compressor from YG331. So let's jump to the download pages real quick. So for Relief Compressor, it is a GitHub page. So we got the releases right there. Mac, Windows, source code. If you click up here, you will get the product page, more information about this compressor. So they're saying that the Relief Compressor is a compressor for everyday tasks, anywhere from mixing tracks and to master bus. So it's pretty much a digital compressor. It's not trying to emulate anything. So they say run in double precision 64-bit internal processing. Also double precision input and output for if supported. For the detection mode, they have selectable detection, and you can do peak, RMS, linear, logarithmic. Those are the 4 options they give you. There is a dedicated sidechain page with a dedicated sidechain EQ, which we're going to look at all that. One of the cool things is they are using a FIR system for the look ahead, and I think for the sidechain. Just the overall signal being fed in and processed is using FIR technology, which is always going to give you a more detailed and smoother response. If you understand what that means, you will know. Next up, Shreddage 3 Stratus Free. So from Impact Works, they have a bunch of guitar VSTs. What is this nonsense? Let's go, people. Thank you. So they have a bunch of different guitars, paid offerings, but they do have one free offering, and it's a pretty good one, and that is Shreddage 3 Stratus Free. So it's a Stratocaster guitar emulation that gives you a lot of the realistic articulations and controls that you need to execute and pull off some realistic guitar emulations, if you understand what you're doing. So that's what this gives you, and we'll definitely look at it with the example. This is the download page. You can come here, you can use the suggested price, or you can just put 0, add to cart. You have to log in, create an account, all that good stuff. Once you run it through and check out your shopping cart, you will get it for free, and you will get a licensing code to put into Native Instruments Native Access software to link it to your Native Instrument account through Native Access. This is a sample instrument for the Kontakt player, so you don't need the paid version of Kontakt. You can just use the free Kontakt player, load Shreddage, and have fun. All right, so, and lastly, BFD player. So BFD drums has been around for a long time. They've been updating and innovating and increasing. They have a pretty big library of different types of drums, and they finally have a free offering, which is the BFD player, which is different from the BFD drums. So you get the player. It is a bit, the task of installing is a bit arduous. It's a little bit confusing. I got a little bit frustrated, but what it is, there is a software you have to download, and they don't make that clear. So you can actually download the player, but then not have the sounds. And I was trying to figure out how to get the sounds. So just make sure you download the software. I forgot what it was called, but there's a software that you have to download and install, kind of like a plugin installer. It's called InMusic. So make sure you find the InMusic software, download that, install it. You have to set up an account with InMusic on the website. Then you got to go to the application, the InMusic app plugin installer, and install the plugin from there, and then install the free library from there. Once you do that, you will be able to open BFD player, and there will be a kit there for you to mess around with, which we're going to look at now. So let's jump over to the DAW. I have a little example here, just a little groove, rhythmic groove. So we got drums, we got bass, and we got the guitar. So let's listen to the drum and bass first. All right, let's add the guitar. Here we go. let's look at shreddage first. So with shreddage, pretty much what you would need out of a Stratocaster, it's gonna give you, and you just gotta really sit down and learn how to use it. So I have it in strumming mode, which is always, you know, the thing with these libraries is that they give you a lot of articulation, and always strumming mode has to work well, and it has to just have an efficient workflow that makes sense, both music theory wise and just creatively, so you can kind of figure out and get a groove going. So they have articulation section here, and if you notice, they have key triggers, and I am triggering the different modes. So I'm using a little bit of sustain, mute, and chokes. And then when you go to the strumming tab here, you have to turn on strumming mode by hitting this button right here. Strumming input, that's a whole nother thing. Strum on poly input, I should say. It's a whole different thing. I'm not going to talk about that. Watch the video on the website, look it up on YouTube. They go into the details of that. But basically, down here in this blue section is where you lay down the chords. Over here in this purple section is the different strums. So strum up, strum down. And you can also set it that the strums are gonna be slower based on the velocity. So you can do soft velocity, you get a slower strum. Hard velocity, you get a faster strum. And you can actually invert that if you want to right here. But right now we have it set for strum speed map is based on velocity, how hard you're hitting the keys, or how hard you have your velocity set. You can change that with the drop down to CC, but for now I have it set to velocity to dictate the strum speed as far as how fast the pick is going down the strings, up and down the strings. So what that looks like on the MIDI is this right here. Let's move this section. This is what that looks like on the MIDI. So this section right here, this section is where all the chords are. And I'm not doing anything crazy as far as chords. There's a lot of triads. I think I did 1/7 chord. But just triads, basic major, minor, and sus. So that dictates what chord is being played. Then up here is the strumming and the muting. No, sorry, up here is just the strumming, just different strums, up, down, I think, pretty much. And I think there might be a stop or something. Down here is what dictates the articulation. So the muted, the choke, and the sustain is down here. So all that works together to give you what you're hearing. So the main thing for this groove, it was just about developing a rhythm with this area right here. A rhythm that made sense, that sounded like something a rhythm guitarist would do. And the chords are right here. And then I put in a couple of mutes and chokes throughout, strategically. What else? Let's see what's going on here. So, like I said, articulation here. They have two more here. I haven't messed with these yet, but I just been messing with sustain, mute, and the choke. We have an advanced tab here. You can play around with this. On the main tab, they do have where you can click and add guitars for multi-tracking. I haven't done that yet. And you have some more knobs here that you can tweak to adjust the performance style and some of the incidental sounds that you might hear, control the vibrato speed, things of that nature, unison bend range, pitch bend range, extra attack, and you could just mess around with the tone. I don't think, oh, this is available. They have a ton of presets here on the side. Let me not say a ton, but they have a decent amount of presets here on the side. And when you flip through those presets, it does totally change the tone up, because there is a section here. Where is it? Where is it? I gotta open this up some more. There's a console section here. So they have input effects here, and you have master effects. You have sends over here. Let me zoom in. So we have Mr. Inserts. There's a master send, and there's a ton of plugins here. So they have reverb, and you can go in, mess with the reverb. They have presets, and if you hit the drop down, you see all of these effects they have. So chorus, flanger, phaser. There's a cabinet. Impulse reverb. What is this? Gallows reverb, plate reverb, legacy reverb, SNES reverb, delay, repertoire, and gainer. So there are a lot of effects, and there's more over here. There's tons of effects that when you blend it all together and process it, you can get a lot of different sounds. And if you just click on the different presets, you will see the examples of how different they can sound once they tune in all the effects and tweak the engine as far as the play style. You can dictate what range the chords are being played at on the neck. Matter of fact, let me see if I can do that. There's some other fret modes here: natural, sweeping, moving lead. It's going to kind of change how the chords are being formed. Picking mode, alternate. So you'll get an automatic alternate up and down. And we can force the position. So a lot of tweaks and options to really get what you're looking for. Definitely a good one to grab. Shreddage free, Stratus free in the contact player. So definitely check that out. All right, let's look at VST player. Let's solo that. So similar to one of the ones we looked at last week, what was it, Moto drums, or one of those, or ML drums. This one, we have these 4 sections up here, well, 3 sections. So you click on this up here, and then you're gonna get the drum view, where you see the actual kit. They don't give you any other options, it's just this one kit. So for each tom, it's just one option. But once again, like the last plugin, they have presets over here. And with the presets, there's a lot of drastic processing and changes that happens that gives the drum a totally different sound, because they give you a lot of options with the processing on the mixer. So over here, we have the mixer view. We hit that, and we're back to the mixer view. You have the mixer tracks here. You can definitely multi-track route this out to your DAW for more processing there, but there's a lot of processing that can be done here. So you can play with some of these knobs right across the top. These macros for attack, sustain, feel, room feel, compression, how tight you want that to be, and then they have this vintage modern knob. So just with the tweaks here and the processing and the mixing with the individual tracks down here and the ambient buses, depending on which preset you select, there's a lot of ambient and room and reverb tracks. You'll have all of them separate, and you can blend them in and pan them around just to give it a drier feel or a wetter feel or anywhere in between. So you can really get some vastly different sounds out of this one kit that they give you in the free player. So definitely check out BFD drums, the BFD player. All right, let's look at this relief compressor. So I'm gonna just start tweaking on the drums right now. All right, so with this is the relief compressor. You can right click on a blank spot on the interface and you get the UI zoom feature options. So let's make this a little bit bigger, 125%. I'm gonna select RMS detector and let's try to start driving this. Alright, so we already have some gain reduction, around 5 to 7 dB of gain reduction here. Let's play with the attack time. Loosen that up a little bit. Get some more snare through. Make a gain. So it goes up to a 20-to-1 ratio. Let's play with the compressor on the bass. Let's do a pretty fast attack. Slow down the release. The input. This in button will bypass it. And then over here we have a whole different tab, sidechain. And this is where they have the EQ, where you can filter the sidechain signal. So you can change this to a shelf if you want to. Turn it off. Turn it to a shelf. Which means you can turn this to a cut also. So I feel like this compressor is well thought out. I like the interface. It's clean. It's comprehensive. And it all makes sense, right? I don't know who this developer is. This is the first time I've seen this stuff, and I feel like they nailed it as far as just making a straightforward digital compressor, but something that's functional. It sounds good, and it seems user-friendly. It just makes sense. So I'm gonna start playing with this a lot more and utilizing it a lot more. But I like it. It seems lightweight, and it seems to just work. Just sensible features. You got knee controls, and you get that nice visual feedback seen in the actually adjust. Nice smooth heartbeat. So yeah, I like this compressor. It sounds good, and it works. It does what it's supposed to do. A lot of times I'm looking for like a go-to this digital compressor. This would be a good one to mess with. A lot of times I would use Kotelnikov, or I'll just use the one that comes with my DAW. But that's it, guys. Check out those plugins. The link is in the description. The link will take you to that blog page where you can check out the information and hit the download link for the plugins that you're interested in. Check them out. See how it works out for you. There is also a link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. So if you're looking to understand how your DAW works along with your computer and its internal parts to help you get a smooth experience when you are doing what you do in music production, definitely check out that series. It'll help you understand how everything works. So if you are having issues with audio, your audio is skipping, it is dropping in and out, there are clicks, there are pops, it is stuttering, you have enormous latency issues, your program is running very, very unstable, it's freezing a lot, it's crashing a lot, you might want to check out that series. It should help you understand why that might be happening and what you need to do to fix it. Also, there is a link in the description for a growing playlist for these videos that I do weekly. If you're looking for more free VST plugins, that playlist has all those live streams up there introducing you guys to new free VST plugins. So if you want to see more free VST plugins that are available, check out that playlist. There's way over 430 videos there presenting you guys with free VST plugins 100% free. Also, there is a link in the description for another growing playlist for a video series that I started this year titled 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every week for 52 weeks I will be releasing a new video focusing on a key feature in Reaper, the digital audio workstation called Reaper. I release those videos every Saturday, and that will be happening for the entire year of 2025. My next video will be Saturday. What time is it? Tomorrow. It'll be Saturday, and that should be week 36, I think. I don't know. It's all a blur. I recorded like 3 videos today, so I don't know which one it is. But it will be releasing tomorrow. I think it's week 36 that we're up to. So definitely check out that series. I'm having fun putting it together, and it gives you some in-depth looks at some of the key features that makes Reaper such an amazing DAW, such a flexible powerhouse of a DAW. So if you are interested in Reaper, or if you're interested in checking out another DAW, you might be looking to switch, definitely check out that series because it'll give you a lot of information and insight about the features in Reaper. You'll see them on display, and you'll see what makes Reaper such a well-rounded, full-featured DAW. All right, guys, that's it. Check back next week. as we roll into this new month of September, as I present you guys with more free VST plugins. I think next week I'll be trying to bring you some more of these live instrument emulations. That's what I did most of last week. That's what I did today. And there are actually some more new drum plugins that got released over the last 2 weeks. So I'll definitely be checking those out and presenting those next week. Probably some acoustic guitar plugins, pianos, things of that nature. That's what I've been working on lately in the studio. I've gotten requests for some music production for some artists, and it's a lot more live instrument based. So I've had to dig into my stash of live instruments to compose. So that's why I'm bringing this to you guys. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, you will see me in the next video.